Cheers. So, welcome to another weekly. This is live on the internet. You guys didn't know that. If you don't want your mother to know that you're here.
Hello, internet.
So, we have another awesome weekly with a shitload of people, including guests. So, maybe the guest can say very shortly who they are, and then we move on with the presentations. You're not a guest.
I'm Michiel van Oom. I'm a Dutch filmmaker, and Tom invited me to have a look at your project. So I'm here.
He's an awesome director, and he had like a shitload of awards on his shelf too.
Live action though.
Yeah. Okay, but you started as an animator.
Yeah, I did animation education.
But you like filmmaking still better.
Well, not better, but it's a different industry in Holland to get into animation, of course. Let alone in feature-length animation.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thanks.
I'm Sophie. I'm traveling with Jeremy, who worked on the last project.
The second to last project. Second to last.
Yes. Oh yeah, because there's.
So Jeremy, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well.
So where are you working?
Jeremy, at the moment working in Tromsø, north of Norway, on a short film.
Good. With Yatan, what?
Yeah, Kjartan. Haven't actually seen Kjartan since I started, but he did the modeling for it.
Okay.
But you know, Skype and things, so that's pretty fun.
Good.
Yeah, previously Sintel, Tears of Steel, from Australia. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Lucas. I work for a television production company in the Netherlands. And there I make intros, leaders, and bumpers. And I try to integrate Blender a bit, but yeah, it works. And it's now in duo with other programs. So perhaps within time, we could do a little bit more with Blender. We'll see how it works out. For me, it works fine.
Good. He's a loyal club supporter, and he forced himself not to watch all the edits, so he had his first film experience here.
I enjoyed it very much.
Yeah, me too. Too.
I love it. Yeah,
They really got it.
Love the story, love the weirdness of it. Yeah. Things weren't always seen.
Hi, I'm Kostjan. I work for Media Monks in Hilversum at the moment as a programmer mainly, doing Unity and Flash and all kinds of stuff. So I'm not directly related to 3D, but in the past I've done lots of 3D. I come from a world of Lightwave, Imagine, Wavefront, Softimage, the old stuff. So I'm mainly here as out of a nerd interest, actually.
Good. You're welcome. That's it. There are almost more guests than people who work here, right? Okay, how do we start this week? Clockwise or anti-clockwise?
Anti.
Clockwise.
Just because.
Yeah. No, that's clockwise. That's your sample. Pablo.
Oh, it's clockwise and then that way.
Yeah.
That's original.
Mine is easy.
Huh? Sure.
Yeah. No, I don't have anything to show. I've been doing.
We'll put the camera on
Okay, my face to say that I haven't done anything.
Yeah, same.
Now my weekly folder. I have a few pictures, but it's just not interesting. I've been fighting with the render farm, and now we have 2 final shots, and 8 more are in the queue. Yes, and the other ones are fine. Only just final. 2 final, and 8 are waiting in Quano. So as long as Patty doesn't burn.
Show one picture.
I have okay. Sure.
You also have guests here.
Okay. Forget that. But they just no, they didn't.
It's
See
so boring. I know. We've seen it over the past.
Frames, scenes, island, one.
But Jeremy, did you see the edit? No, not.
Fresh eyes.
So we already seen the island shot is now there, and if I can open it with an image, no, I cannot. But yeah, it's the helicopter shot, so you have to imagine it in motion. I don't have it. And the other shot that came final from the farm, final, is the flux shot.
Oh, that one.
So this one has four ships simulated, and he's not simulated, and he came good with 1,200 samples. Then there are also other shots that are final, and there's the special. Oh, sorry, people, internet. Sorry, I have not. Well, this is one of the shots from the that we were talking about. That has. Here's the only part where you can see a little bit of noise, but no, it's you don't really see it. Then another thing that we notice is that some shots are getting stuck for too long. And some of them are the first ones that we added at the beginning. Now, at this point, you realize that it would probably be a good idea not to start with very long shots like the first one where the guy is hanging. Spoiler. It's because that way you test your pipeline on a very long shot, and it's not smart. Today we open the file. The shot that I'm talking about is the main one. It's opening from shared. Is the one when he's hanging, and then this one. This is also final. It's only missing a few chunks, but then today we open this file again because why it's taking so long? Well, priority was low, so everything else was done before. But then we noticed this shot was sent with 2,000 samples and motion blur, two things that we are removing completely from our pipeline now. Today I saw 2 shops in Flamenco in the render farm with the tag motion blur, and we stopped them without even checking because it's a void. We don't have them. We don't have motion blur for the time being.
What is the render time for this?
This render time is fun. Is an average. This part is an average of around 5 hours. Yes, it's not too bad. It's good. It's 2K, 2,000 samples, noise free. This part it was giving a bit of trouble because of all it's dark, it's noisy. Then we have a strong source of light here in the background, so the particles tend to get a bit noisy. When the guy jumps, then this is another story. For some reason, some of these frames were rendering the first one very fast and this one too slow. So our guess is motion blur.
Oh, it's the story from Francesco.
The story from Francesco, which is very interesting, and one day we're going to talk about.
Oh.
What is the story?
No, it's a secret.
It's not a secret story. No, basically, some frames, some computers are faster and some are slower. So yeah, that's how you find out. So it's a good thing we attach to the metadata the name of the computer, so you can tackle all the errors. But yes, the thing that was a bit wrong, it was to send this massive shot as one of the first shots in the movie. So it's not a smart thing to do to try to send and finish shots as they go in the movie, but just pick the ones in the middle that are faster to make. We talked about this a few times. So yeah, I mean, pretty much all the first 4 minutes have final renders, but they're just coming back from the farm. I don't know, I could show that, but not much more.
Okay.
That's it.
Actually.
Right.
Sure. You want to take over?
Yeah, sure.
All right. All yours.
So hello, internet. I'm gonna fire up Blender as usual. So as we were saying last week, let's share. All right. Great splash, by the way, indeed. It's a little bit. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Okay. Right. So last week we had we're in the sequencer. We are importing the image sequence, which is a new feature in the Gooseberry branch, which basically allows us to collapse image sequence and sequences and select all the frames together. So so we have this, and now this week we also have this play button here, and I'm gonna increase the size so you can see it nice.
you.
Oh, yeah.
Watch the film.
Yeah. So
Play.
so play. You press it, and you can see
Wow.
thing.
How many can you play at the same time?
And you can play any as many as you want, actually.
The whole film?
Unlimited.
Every shot.
Yeah, basically it works
So you
with.
can only just play that shot.
Okay. Well, we have a multitude of shots here, so you can choose. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, that's this. And the next thing I've been doing is basically add the metadata support for the clip editor. Where is it? Where
Yay,
is
movie
it?
clip right there.
Movie clip. There you go.
Okay.
All right. So let's go again. Select one of the frames of the clip. And
Can I do the same movie and then move it
yeah, actually we can. I shall actually. Yeah.
Bam.
So yep, we show metadata, and here you can see the metadata, the samples. You can even see the node where the shot was rendered, which is
No,
pretty.
with a D.
Well,
node.
it's a node. Okay,
It's a node. It's
It's a
a.
node.
it's a node. Yes, indeed.
It's a script. It's a Python script.
So yeah, and finally, I want to show you a little feature that wanted to show the last week, but it didn't work because reasons. And sorry. All right. So so this is the agent film, which is played by the Blender player, sorry, and yeah. Oh, sorry, what's happened here? I've got two of them. All right. Trying to double click. Anyway,
It doesn't scale.
doesn't scale, no. So anyway, so if you press I, you get this thing which shows the position in the movie.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And the space bar thing that we showed. So that's it from me this week.
Mr. Reality. What did you do? You produce shitloads of stuff again?
Yeah, how many
And
millions
what
of
was it?
videos?
Millions of videos. It's just the same video, just slightly different.
Let's get it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever watched? Have you ever watched the YouTube?
Hmm?
Because they're not getting much frame rate out of these things.
I see.
The viewers at home.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if I do like for tutorials, like progressive things, then at least that's something.
Then it's cool.
Oh, Pablo has a book.
What?
So you can maybe go to the latest version. It's not that
a lot
many.
of videos.
It's like the latest version.
I want to
of
see
each.
all of them.
No!
Oh,
Why would you?
Alright,
So you see, it's like C3, and then it goes all the way down to
005.
one
Here.
up. One up.
This.
Yeah,
Okay.
you want the first. So
You copy every video every week to the new folder, right?
yeah, Play Blast right there.
That's why it's so slow.
Ah, you play Blast to the server?
Yeah.
Maybe.
that's You're not
Is
supposed
that
to do
not
that.
what?
So
Okay.
slow.
That's
Well,
ridiculous.
color me surprised. I don't know. I had no idea.
Because every time it opens the AVI, puts the frame, saves, goes back. It opens the AVI, puts the frame.
ABI.
Anyway, for the viewers
So,
at home.
What is it?
Yes. Well, okay. So I pretty much finished the last shots I had assigned to me for the island. So because Mathieu hadn't arrived until like Wednesday, I took some time and took like 3 shots that were on Sarah and finished them. So it's like the C1, 2, and 3. They're all fairly similar. It's like this is the last one where he's freaking out and starts running. And yeah.
Which one's it? 2?
Yep. So we can also see there's slightly less wind. We're going
That
backwards.
only has one ear.
Yeah. One is tucked. And this is the first one where he's looking up and he's surprised.
He's looking up a lot.
Yeah, he looks up a lot.
He's optimistic.
Better than 40.
Yeah, better than falling. Yeah, and then if you go down, I also did some caching on. There was like one shot that had a conflict, and I wasn't sure like what had been updated, so I just cast the entire thing just to make sure. And then if you go down to like the P shot, for example, yeah, that's the last shot of the island.
P.
Yeah.
142p.
142p.
That's the
So
first
already
P.
have
Wow.
P shot.
So this is just before the cut, and we go out of the island. Yeah, a lot of noise modifiers going on in this one, like even in the iris and everything. It's cute. So yeah, you can take that. Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, I think this was like a little test. It's an older version of what Sarah
I have
had.
the last one.
Yeah.
The last sequence.
This is fairly old, but you can take the video after this one. Well, the bottom one, I guess. It's the one I'm working on right now, so I'm off to the laundromat. But it has taken me some time now to find my old animation because it had been overwritten and stuff, and kind of saving that. And then Francesco was helping me merging the two, like the most current scene, and that was a massive hassle. And even because this is one of the first shots I started working on, and the rig had been updated to a certain degree, so some of the stuff needed fixing and whatever. Yeah, so it's not perfect. But right now, no, he doesn't light it up. He's never smoked a day in his life. This was supposed to be the beginning for him. Like he's been saving it up.
It's a French smoker.
It's a French cigarette.
The chocolate cigarette.
Yeah, it's a chocolate. He likes it warm, heating it up. Yeah, so right now I've been going over it because Mathieu wanted the headphones to be there, and they were never originally there. So I've been finding a way of getting them into the scene and finding a good moment for him to take them down into the neck. And I think I found a good moment as he's kind of on the floor about to go up.
I like that album, but just the food thing.
Yeah, it's good. So I guess I'll just continue with this next week and the weekend maybe.
But he's walking out, and then he sees something, right?
Well, yeah. At the end, it's gonna be more urgent at the end. So at the end, he's gonna like hear a bing or whatever and be like, "Oh shit," and run off, basically out of frame. So it's not gonna be a casual walk. But yeah, this is a Frankenstein monster right now of just like blocking, not blocking. Like it's gone through a lot of different steps of tweaking and stuff. Yeah.
This magical pocket where you can put everything in.
Yeah, there's the thing. We actually never made the damn pocket, so I'm not,
it's magical.
Yeah.
You should pull a sheet.
That's not a pocket.
No, we never. This is one of the first shots I worked on, and we were like, well, we'll make a pocket there at some point. And now I'm at the end, and I'm like, holy shit, we didn't have anything.
No, it's a gimmick.
The gimmick?
I like it. You can wait how many weeks it takes for people to find out that there's no pocket.
Oh, all right, but okay.
Fast wait till he's good.
Is this yes?
As we're saying about programming, if not a bug, it's a feature.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just more magical. All right.
Andy.
Oh, he's right behind you.
I was gonna hide.
Yeah.
You are failing.
Yes, you can show the first one, which is a mixture of stuff I did last week and this week, because I didn't show it last week. So I added lightning to this shot and the shot before that.
Alien lighting.
Then this one also, I think Mathieu adjusted the light on this, but I didn't show this one last week because reasons. But yeah, this week I added this stuff here that you can barely see because the screen is so dark. And then I added lightning in this, but probably the drum is gonna come back. For some reason it didn't render in this one. Also, the little sparkly things at the end are missing. And then I did some more smoke simulations for. No, it's gonna play. Yeah, this one. I did a simulation last week. Probably the lighting is gonna change. And I rendered a couple of custom smoke elements this week that I'm gonna tack onto this. No, but
Just a little
what-
bit, because I stopped it on the.
but I have like repeats in there. So yeah, the light is gonna change in this. Then for this shot is probably gonna change. We're not gonna have the tornado in this. It's only gonna be the drum coming out with just the sparkly bits. Then this one is also gonna change. It will probably not have the tornado in the foreground, but Mathieu did the lighting for this, and I just thought like this is what I did last week. So yeah, this is probably not gonna end up in the movie. Then I added the tornado in this shot here. This is also currently a mixture of different versions that were rendered with no samples, flickering. And I think that's that for that video.
Did you show the tornado or the drum coming out of the cloud?
Oh yeah, you can see that next. But then for Monday, Tuesday, I think I was asked to work on the splash screen. So I grabbed this.
It's the right color. You can see it.
Well, I hope. So I grabbed this render from Sarah pose, like that was done, I don't know, months ago, ages ago. And I just pressed render and added some stuff. And, then I have a couple of these two things. Like these are two smoke elements that I made, because now we're going to show how the drum actually goes through the clouds. And I need to mix a couple of volumes for that. So this is just the contact part. And then the next one, that's the cloud layer, because Mathieu wanted to have more swirly stuff in most of the shots. So I made this swirly thing, also with cloud, with the collision with this. So this is going to end up in the shots where the camera pans up mostly. And also when we see Victor like summoning the thing, this is going to be the main element that we introduce the drum properly. Okay, and then I was supposed to work on one of the big things. You can just drag one by one. Yeah, this is the shot. Yeah, where Frank is getting picked up by a tornado, and it took me a couple of tries. So just go to the next one. Yeah, I tried more density. I talked with Francesco, and Mathieu wanted to have this like be more of a circular hole that opens, and then I had to check. Yeah, you have to check how this looks like. Of course, with the smoke simulation, to get fast turnarounds, you need to have it at, I don't know, 0 resolution or so. So that's why it looks quite blocky. So this was most of the week trying to add more volumes and make sure that the sheep gets grabbed at the right moment, and trying to guess where to put the force field so it looks like the smoke is coming around him. So I think if you go in the this is the, I think this was today, and then dropped that. This was also like this morning or so, but you can barely see it in the shading. But I tried to make it actually grab him more.
Nice fire.
And then in this one, this is the one from like 10 minutes ago. I tried to combine different domains with each other. So I had some problems rendering the OpenGL for this because the domains are overlaid on top of each other. So you can just see the first layer here. Yeah, that's how far I got with this. Yeah, that's it.
Good.
We are directly.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've got heaps
I spent a lot of this week doing hair sim on the large flock. So I got 7 shots to do, and they vary. Most of them have about 30 sheep in them, but the big one has 60. But at the start of the week, you might remember from last week, regular viewers, that I was working on the problem with the rope over the log for this shot. So this is how it used to look. You can see the rope is stretching and concertinaing and doesn't work. There's intersections and all sorts of horrible stuff. So then I tried all sorts of things, including cloth sim and various things, and then came up with a really simple solution. And now it looks like this. It's not sticking to the log, it's not stretching, and it's sliding nicely without any intersections.
Nice.
And how I did it is really stupidly simple given all the things I tried. So if you want to show the next
You did
one.
it by hand.
No, I didn't do it by hand.
Okay.
I
That
did
would be
that
really
first and
stupid.
it didn't work. Watch.
Nice.
Second bit of rope, simple spline,
It's a spline.
parented.
Good.
Anyone could have done
I
this.
know.
We don't know.
Awesome.
I know.
We said this. I remember. Like we just have to
Check.
slide it and
But
table.
But the reason we could do this is because the camera had changed. Previously, the camera was focused on the log the whole time. There was no way we could have pulled it off. But now we can because the camera's changed and it goes off the log. So it gives us an opportunity to do it. So, yeah, and excuse the animation of Frank. Most of that is out of frame. So I haven't really bothered with the back legs too much. And so, but anyway, that's solved. Pablo's ready to go. So,
If we want to do the VR version of this film, we're screwed.
yeah, I know.
Oh my God.
Yeah, well, too bad. Anyway, next up is the only GL render I've managed to do of hair sim on the flock. But that's 60 sheep. The GL render alone took an hour and a half.
Shit.
Baking it was, I don't know how many hours, but I left it overnight. And that's only preview quality. So at the end of this weekly, I'm going to press the button and start a shell script that's going to bake it all render quality.
But this is all one bake.
Yes.
So it is possible.
Well, I split the file into 3 actually, so it's not one bake. It's split it into 3, 20 sheep at a time because they're about 1 gig per cache. So I could fill up the memory. Like that's the 64 gig of RAM on that Intel, and it would fill up the RAM. So
No way.
yeah, so I've split it into 3 files. And I'm pretty sure that when I do the full render thing, it's not going to be possible for me to do a GL preview of it because there's no way we can load all that into RAM. Andy is going to have to split it up into layers and do some compositing.
You even have to composite the preview.
Yeah,
that'd be nice. We can do that.
old school style-y.
Why not? It's how the professionals do it.
So anyway, that's not really the sum total. I've set up all the other shots as well, generated a lot of caches, but that's the only GL preview I can show.
But it's impressive, right?
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I guess it's
You're not
me.
into what did you do?
Not sure.
Manu,
The beer.
Yeah. No, it's on the same line.
no, you can do first and then.
Who? You?
Whatever. Ladies first.
I don't mind. Okay.
But you do first.
Okay, let's do it first.
You put Manu in
So-
front of the microphone.
I put little numbers on the movie, so you are not completely lost. So yeah, start with 1, and we should.
Sound. That's new.
What? Is that
Is
one?
it-
That's the
yeah,
01?
That one, yes. One that knob.
Really? Something is wrong.
Yeah, one that knob.
Ah, okay. No, it's perfect. It's okay. It's perfect. I changed it at the last moment, so it's okay. So that's the sequence, but final, the one that Hjalti. So that's the shot I finished this week. That was on blocking last week. So that's well. That was almost my last shot from the island. And I put it with the succession. Also finished this awesome, really complex shot. So yeah, basically this week it was like finish the 3 last shots of the island. So Frank looking at the sky, and Frank looking at the sky, and Frank looking at the sky again. 3 shots. So that's finished. When no more island for me.
Oh,
Congrats.
graduated.
Caterpillar has been beginned already. So yes.
Oh, there's another. Two has a sheep.
The tooth has yeah, that's a simulation, just a simulation for F1. We don't have to see it completely. It's just yeah, because I struggled for 3 days for that one because of the fur going into the timer. I used the cut modifier, so you can see where it cuts just above the clock. Where the fur, yeah, but and there where it penetrates, the last one, I couldn't get rid of it, but in the render you don't see it because it's under the glass. Nobody saw anything. So
Animators have to work on preventing single hairs to go through.
Yeah, but we can't edit the cages. So. No.
okay, so F1 simulation done, and then
There's a PNG.
oh, what I did, yeah. So I had to start the jungle, but first, before starting animating anything, I had to take the layout files that had all the props from from 9 months ago, really, really messed up. Francesco helped me, of course, to put some order in the shots. And what I did was take the props, the latest props we did for the jungle, Pablo and I, and import them inside. Also rigged the leaf with a really complicated rig. So yeah, basically preparing the shot for animation. And then started blocking. That was today. So, and it has sound. It's the second shot of the jungle. I think I put the full entire thing. Yeah. Oh, that's the layout. So that's not animation. That's the layout made by Mathieu. So you can just put it in context. So that's the layout version that I had to take as a reference.
And then this is that.
And that's the blocking for this part.
So you actually move it hands and his feet.
Yeah, of course. He will. Yeah, of course. And yeah, that was my week.
Manu.
No. You think
You can go close to the microphone.
Well, there is
Or you have to
you shout.
a loud voice. Project, you know?
Oh, nice. With the job names, you're taking it to another level.
That's
The job numbers from Flamenco from the farm, even added to the name. Look at that. The tag underscore to sliding between you're doing circulation.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry, people. I was looking at this. Very nice and organized. So this.
Yeah, the different kind of lighting. Only from front.
This.
But it's final, I think.
And then.
I missed what you said. I couldn't hear it. What's that?
The lighting is only from front.
Okay.
Well,
Then
no.
this.
Yes. And the lighting will change that it's from right, but that's already on farm. Yeah, basic lighting tasks.
Wait, I think there is.
Yeah, I don't know.
How much you redid that one?
Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah, everybody works on the same shots. Yeah, not.
This is Steve, right?
Look at this awesome eye animation.
I want to give him a hug.
Oh. And that's it for the island.
Ah, yes. And then laundromat. Finally, there is some time. This was from almost from Monday. And in the next thing, yeah, it's getting there. Ton's suggestion was to simplify the drum or the lid of the washing machine. If you check the last one, it's really complicated. Or I mean the last one, but yeah, that's a lot of color. Very ugly 70s, 80s.
Nice. And then the last one.
Well, it's the close-up shot, but there will be the particle effects inside the finally.
I have a glass.
Look
Yeah.
at the screws.
Yeah.
Like that.
So enhance. All the detail.
Yes, that was that.
Looking great.
Next week more.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't have anything.
Dit open voor jullie.
Welcome to the
This
club.
week
Yeah,
is where the really good week for me.
Die was scrims, staaf en die duikgroot. Goed uit. Sorry, I also didn't do that.
Sorry, what do you do?
I don't know. I mean, it was like bug fixes, like last minute fixes for the relays, and then all this
Ah, the
relays.
relays.
You have to put that in the weekly folder.
Well, the release candidate.
I put it into download.blender.org/release/blender 2.75.
That's how you do it. That's
Yeah.
how you do it.
And then it was some stupid fixes, and then some stupid OpenVDB compilation on stupid build board because of stupid TBB and Boost, which we all just love, I guess.
The most awesome thing ever.
Yes, and then it were like 2 days left to like troubleshoot some speed issues for Andy, and I started new branch and committed some little like hackish tweaks in there.
Ah, yeah, the bounce limit, the direct light.
Yes, the bounce limiting, so you can like declare that this object only allows direct lighting and have like full global illumination for other objects. And the other thing, it was something else, but I don't remember. There was another tweaks, and
Interesting slide.
The interesting slider.
well, there is no slider yet for this.
But yeah, the direct lighting is awesome. So you can say, okay, this has only one or no bounces. direct
Oh,
light.
there were some
This
stupid.
is blended internal and this is the rest is like.
There are like some stupid fixes in BVH traversal, which just like,
Yeah, memory.
and also like you can control motion blur settings on a duplicator level. So if you've got a library file where you have like some complicated mesh and you enable like deformation motion blur on it, and then you look into a scene file, you don't have like any way to disable motion blur on that object. And I've added like experiment like copying motion blur settings from duplicator into chilled objects. It shouldn't give any regressions, but you never know.
We will find out.
Yeah, we will find out. And then today, like 2 hours ago, I started looking into shadow catchers type of thing, because we would need to split the flock shot, I guess,
Yeah, and too many.
into multiple shots, and for that we would need to do something about shadows.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
How do you call it?
I don't call it. It's the Project X.
Then the next.
You can make a person in Leipzig very happy.
I know, but it will take a bit. And
We don't call it Project X.
Project
Yeah.
X.
yeah,
All successful companies make stupid names for their projects.
Okay, that's it.
I think so, yeah.
And that was our weekly. What time is it?
6:53.
So they got 7 minutes to go.
6:53. Too early. Not even 7. All right.
What? It's not 7.
So
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
We have to do something about it.
Bye.
Quit.